Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to insert your data into your Microsoft Excel sheet. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our email and download the file. I'm going to click download and it should automatically download it. Once it finishes downloading, I'm going to click on the arrow button and click show in folder. I'm now going to see it in the folder and I'm going to Control C or copy. Just going right click and then copy. Now I'm going to save it in the folder that I want to. I want to save it in my TFC folder that I created, and I'm going to hit Control V or copy paste. Now a box will pop up because I have the same file already in there, and I'm going to just click replace the file in this destination. Once that finishes, I'm going to now open the project, and so I'm going to double click. If a yellow bar that pops up at the top, you're going to click Enable Editing and Enable Settings if those two bars will pop up. Now you should be at your home screen. Okay, I'm going to click Jump to Different Sheet and I'm going to click Facilitator Assignments. So for this month, we're looking to insert data into the August month, and we finished inserting data for all the other months. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type the date that we are inserting the data. So let's say it's 8-. Okay. Now I'm going to look at my list of kids and see if this is the list of kids I want to insert. So looking at last month's data, in July, I have 4 kids. Except I see that one of them has left the program, and I remember he left the program. So I'm going to delete him off of our name list in Facilitator Assignments. I'm just going to click the cell and hit backspace and then hit enter. Now I'm going to move her name up. I'm just going to click in the cell and start typing her name, hit enter, and now delete her name from this last row. That way that there's no blanks in this column right here. Now I'm going to see, do I have a new kid this month? Yes, I do. I have a new kid that came in this month. Now I'm going to hit the compile button to compile their data to the left. Notice how for the last kid that I just inserted, her information does not pop up in these cells. That's because I haven't inserted her information into our child list tab. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to child list, going to go to the first open cell and type in the new child's name. Type in her CKID number. I'm just going to look that up if I don't know it. And I'm going to insert the day that she arrived. Now, when I go back to Facilitator Assignments, I should see her information. But unfortunately, I still don't see her information. That must mean I typed something incorrectly. If I look at where I typed this in the formula bar, there's no spaces after her name. If I go to Child List, and I look at what I typed in the formula bar, there is a space after her name. I'm going to delete that space and press Enter. Now when I go back to Facilitator Assignments, her information should be there. Still not. Maybe I typed something incorrectly. Oh, look, I forgot the R at the end of the name. I'm gonna hit enter now, and now her information should show up. Look. Make sure that the names are typed exactly how you would type the names under this list, or this information is not going to show up. Once I'm ready to insert the kids' data into the month that I'm looking at, I'll do so, just simply by clicking the month that I want to. So I'm going to click August, and now this information is copied into the August tab. When I'm copying over information from last month's, I need to be careful that I'm recognizing that the names have moved places now and one kid left. Before I start going down the list and making sure that this information is filled out, I'm first going to look at initial conditions. I want the initial conditions to be the same as the last month. So for July, Beyonce's initial condition was verbal aggression and defiance with baseline 7 and 5. So let's put that. Verbal aggression, defiance with 7 and 5. I want every month to be the same for these 4 columns. So K, L, and O, they should relatively be the same each month, unless we added a second initial condition later on. Let me show you. For Bad Bunny, in July, he had physical aggression, but we weren't measuring a second initial condition. However, I noticed that last month a new behavior came up that I want to start measuring. So for this one, I'm going to enter physical aggression and baseline 6 the same, but I'm going to insert suicide risk as his second initial condition. So again, physical aggression 6, suicide risk. Physical aggression 6, suicide risk. Let's say that he had 2 attempts last month. Now I can start continuing to fill in the data for Selena Gomez. There, I filled her information in. I made sure that Selena Gomez, right here, has the same initial conditions and baseline in August, which she does. Now for Taylor Swift, I don't actually know her initial conditions. I might, based off of what I've seen this month, but I don't actually have a baseline. So I can either leave these blank or go ahead and just fill in the initial conditions. So if I know that she is struggling with verbal aggression and running away from the small amount of time that I've had this month, but I don't know the baseline yet, I'm just going to leave those blanks. If I don't know something, leave it blank unless there's a drop-down menu. But on the whole, if you don't know something, just leave it blank. And if there's a drop-down menu, then use that and fill in the space. Let's continue to fill out this report. So for this program, this month, Beyonce did leave the program. Gonna insert a date that she left and to make sure that it's during this month. So it's August and I know that she left the 24th. Did she change TFC homes? Well, that's not applicable. She left the program. Reason home changed? Again, she left the program. But I can tell you that she left the program successfully and now I'd tell the reason. She's getting adopted. Her current initial condition for this average for this month on average per week was 0. For defiance, it was also 0. That shows improvement. Did new behavior develop? No. What's the new behavior? Not applicable. No new behavior developed. Now, where did the events mainly occur? When I go to the drop-down menu, it says NA. It doesn't give me any other options. I'm going to click NA, and the reason is because she didn't have any initial conditions this month to give her an initial condition event. Same for hospitalization. NA, because there was no initial conditions to cause her to go to hospital. Now let's do Bad Bunny. Left the program? No. Date left? Not applicable. He's still in it, so I'm going to leave blank. TFC home change? Yes. Reason TFC home changed. He had an IC event. TFC program? Outcome? NA. He's still in it. NA. Physical aggression. He had 2 on average, and then he had 1 risk. Did new behavior develop? No. NA. I want to make sure that if I have a new behavior and it does develop, it's not going to be the same as any of the initial conditions I already have for this kid in that month. I did have suicide risk as a new condition last month, but now we're measuring it, and we're going to continue measuring it for the rest of the months. Where did IC events mainly occur? Home. Notice how I'm not able to select NA anymore because he did have an event or initial condition behaviors this month. Psychiatric hospitalization needed? Yes, unfortunately. Again, notice how you're not able to say NA. Now, Selena Gomez, she also left the program this month. She left 8 16-20. Change TFC homes, again, NA, TFC program. She's actually unsuccessful. Reasons she left the program, she went to RTC. So verbal aggression, she was having 6 and 4. Actually, I think she has 8. So she is just not improving, and she had to leave the program, and it was just unsuccessful. She didn't have a new behavior develop. Okay, so that's it. Also make sure you're filling in your CFTM dates if you have them or you did them that month. Last but not least, our new person is still in the program. She home change, no, it's her first month, so no move is necessary. NA. I don't have a baseline or know what I'm measuring yet, so I'm just going to leave them blank. New behavior develop, no, NA, and now we're just going to continue to select NA because we're not really measuring anything yet. But next month we will, however, be measuring the baseline and current, and we'll have that. So that is pretty much it. Now what you're going to do is you're going to just save it, and you're going to jump. You can either be done and just submit this to an email and respond back and just attach it to an email for your supervisor to enter into a master data sheet, or you can kind of clean up a bit. I'm going to jump to a different sheet. I'm going to go to Consolidate tab. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the month that I just inserted data into. So if I click August, what that does is it tells me the kids that left the program in August, okay? I see that Beyonce and Selena Gomez left the program in August. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Facilitator assignment list. I'm going to delete those names out of my list now. This is because I'm not going to have these kids next month. They left the program. So I'm going to edit this list. I edited the list to where there's no space in between the names and everything is filled out. Once I did that, I'm going to hit compile. So now this list is ready for next month, unless I get a new kid, and if you get a new kid, you're just going to do the same process you did with Taylor Swift. Okay, so that's that. If you want to look at some of the charts about the information you have so far, you can do so as well. Click jump to different sheets and go to all months. This is the data that you're looking at that shows you the summary of all the months that you have. So this tells you the success rate of the out of the kids that have left the program, and this tells you the initial condition. The blue means that the initial conditions are decreasing as time goes on, which is good. You can also go to individual data sheet. So just go to your index tab or jump to a different sheet and click individual data. And now what you can do is you can enter kids' names and see the summary of each individual kid. So if I insert Beyonce, I see her data right here. If I insert Bunny, I can see his data. And so this kind of just shows you how the kids are doing, and it shows you a summary of what happened each month, and it keeps track of that. So that can be helpful. The last thing is to look at your individual months information. To do that, you can just click jump to charts, and what this does is it shows you the monthly charts. If I go to February's information and I go to jump to charts, it shows you that. March, jump to charts, and it shows you that summary. Notice how there ends up being more green in these charts because the initial condition behaviors are decreasing. So again, just save the sheet and now email it back and you are done. Thank you guys for all that you do, and I hope this video helps.